All right. Welcome back to another great episode of the wokeNbusiness podcast. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well.
That's great. That's great. It is your girl, Miss Cat, the founder of the Woke Money Movement. I'm here with yet another phenomenal guest, but as per our custom, we always have to let people know about the Woke Money Wine, which is, like I say, fortified. So that means it got a little kick to it. It's
That's all right.
Look,
That's all-
17%, right?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. It's all natural, gluten-free, vegan. All right. So we're going to dive right in because I'm excited about this one right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour you a little bit of Woke Money Wine.
All
Not
right.
too much because we don't want you laughing and giggling the whole show, okay?
I laugh a lot anyway, that's okay.
Look, so while I pour, I'm going to hush up and I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then we kind of go from there.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, you know what? My name is Irvin Hughes, and I am the Executive Vice President of Level3 Corporation. Level3 Corporation is a management consulting firm, and what we do is we provide small businesses with training, consulting, and technical assistance, and we really specialize in government contracting.
Ooh.
So we help people make money.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Okay, well that's special. Listen, we're gonna dive in. But before we do, come on, let's take a little sip.
Come on, let's
take a little sip.
Let's take
Woke Money Wine.
Woke
Come
money.
on. Let's see what you think.
Oh my God, that is delicious.
I love that reaction.
Oh wow. Okay, now I'm not gonna tell you what I might have expected.
Okay.
But this is fantastic.
Well, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that is really good.
But like I said, now I don't know because you're not a drinker, so just be kind with it because it will sneak up on you. Okay.
Roger that. I get that.
So look, so just politely sip. All right.
Yeah. No problem.
No, but I appreciate the feedback. So let's get into it. So before we talk about government contracting, because that's such a sexy topic. Before we talk about that, though, you said consulting, right? So
right.
When you say because that's so vague,
broad.
Like there you go. So let tell me, like, if I want to consult with you, what do you what is your specialty?
Yeah, so our specialty really is growth, right? So if you have a business and you want to grow it, now I'm talking about whether you are a startup or whether you've been in business 20 years. I don't really care. I really want to know, are you trying to grow your business? We have a real simple process to determine whether or not we might be a good fit. Number one is what you're doing right.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, does it help somebody? Is there a need for it? Number three, will it scale? And then number four, can we maximize your profits?
So let me get this straight. I just want to make sure that I heard, because, I got my big hair on today. I just want to make sure I can hear through this hair. So you specialize in helping people grow their business.
Wherever you are, whether you're a buck naked startup, you don't run down there and got a DBA
and don't know what
right?
you're doing.
Or if you've been in 20 years, you made $10 million. And for whatever reason, if you told me, hey, I'm already successful, I made $10 million, I'm going to immediately want to know why you didn't make 20.
So I guess what I'm hearing is you want to be happy, but you never want to be content. You want to keep going.
Hey, listen, let me tell you what you're saying, Ms. Cat, is absolutely true. Some people get involved with us because we are centered on growth. And I will say this, the downside is that a lot of times our customers resolve all of their money problems long before they actually reach their goals. And that's a tough one. That's a tough one for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, So now we put you on this growth plan. Sure enough, you're growing because you're doing it. But now all your money problems went away, and now you want a vacation.
Gotcha.
The entire time. Now everybody needs to have a vacation.
For sure.
We just had a great segment on travel. I'm ready to go somewhere right now. But my point being is that you can't let good interrupt great.
Ooh.
You just can't.
Wow.
Because for some people in their mind, hey, I'm good enough.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I made, my 100. It just be killing me so hard when people are like, yeah, I'm a 6-figure earner. And I'm like, what does that even mean nowadays? Like, that's like poverty, to be honest with you, in this economy.
True.
You know what I mean?
Very true. Look, I will say this to your point, Ms. Cat, and that's this. If somebody is in a business and you're not playing for 7 figures, what are you doing? Wow. Why aren't you playing for at least 7 figures? You need $1 million in this country. Right?
Yes.
1 out of 17 people is fortunate enough to have been born on American soil. 1 out of 17 people on the planet. Of those 1 out of 17, it's a little over 360 million people in America, but only 5% are self-employed.
Wow.
Why is that? I'm telling you, and people who have skills. And look, you're a professional. If you do something well enough that somebody actually pays you to do it, you're probably on the wrong side of the money.
For sure.
And that's really what happened with me. I'm a former banker.
Gotcha.
But the last job I had was in 2003.
And I was going to ask you that. So I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I was going to ask you what propelled you or what motivated you to say, this is what I want to do, for my business.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Well, I have to go back and I have to tell you, the person that was the most unlikely person that really gave me my momentum, if you will, was my boss at the bank. Because while I was at the bank, I literally set records. That's not a joke. I literally set records in the bank, right? I was very, very good at getting people access to the money they needed. Okay?
Gotcha.
All right. But the thing that upset my boss was that I was also teaching them how to maximize that money. And one time my boss literally comes in, Miss Cat, and he says, "Hey, Irv, I need to talk to you." He said, "I've been listening to you talking to your customers." He said, "I think you need to decide on some things." And I said, "What are you talking about? What am I going to decide on?" Because I had the parking spot. I had the employee.
You was that guy. Like,
I was the dude.
Yeah,
like talk to me about, right?
Yeah.
And this guy says, "You need to understand that it is not our job, get this, to educate people about how they're going to grow that money. It's not our job. You need to decide, Irv, if you are going to be a banker or if you are going to be a consultant, but you cannot be both."
Wow.
And you know what? I told my boss, you know what? Oh my God, you're right.
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding. And so, yeah, it was a blinding flash of the obvious, right?
Yeah.
And so a couple months after that conversation, then I left the bank.
Wow.
And so, yeah, that was really the catalyst for me to start my own consulting firm. And been doing it ever since. All my colleagues said, "Well, Irv, you gonna starve." That didn't happen. If y'all watching on video, you know that didn't happen. But my point being is that, no, that was really my catalyst to get started.
Got you. And it's funny because a lot of this stuff is gate kept. A lot of this stuff is, they don't want you to know, but you're hearing it out of, from the source. Like, they telling these bankers straight up and down, and this is no shade because, I got partnerships and I got love for my bankers, right? But they are telling these people straight up and down, like, hey, give them the money, but don't tell them, how to, don't, Lord, no, because basically they want you, and you vouch for this. They want you to go need more, spend it up. So you're going to need some more interest, more, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you what, let me tell you how right what you're saying are. And this is good for all my banker friends who might be listening. Okay. Listen, Your job at the bank is to sell the bank's money to people. Yes, I said it. Sell the bank's money to people at the highest price you can get them to pay for it.
Ooh,
That's your job.
Wow.
All right. It is
Wow.
not your job at the bank to help them learn how to make a return on the interest they're going to pay.
Wow.
That ain't your job. And if you want to get in trouble in the bank,
start doing
start doing what I did, and they'll help you find you something else to do.
Got you. Well, I mean, so I would imagine that's what really got you positioning for mindset, because that's what I was intrigued about when I heard you speak at an event. And I'm like, man, this man is talking about mindset, because I think that's the missing piece. Like, you know, we can show you. You can show me how to grow all day, every day. But if my mind ain't ready to receive it, if I'm asleep and not woke, because I just, you know what I'm saying? Or what I was telling somebody today, sometimes we don't even think we worthy to be millionaires.
Come on. So
like,
you know, one of the things that I say, and a lot of my clients get on me about it, but I always try to help people understand, you know, your head may be broken. Somebody broke your head, right? Where you've been sprinkled with the hoobie dust, right? So now you think you can't. And so you'll never tell nobody that you can't.
Yes.
But when somebody comes in front of you and takes away all your excuses, right? you say, well, I would do this, but I don't have no money. Okay, well, now we're going to show you how to access it. Well, I would know how to do this, but I don't have the right contacts. Well, okay, we're going to provide you with the contacts. In other words, the whole point is that by the time we get through, because remember, we're a growth company. So whatever is keeping you from that growth, we're going to take that away.
I love it.
And what you're gonna be left with though
is but that's the reality check.
That's the harsh reality.
That's the reality check. Because like you said, if I take away every single one of your excuses, now what? Now you have to sit and say to yourself, this whole time it was me. And this whole time I was holding myself back.
Let me tell you how liberating that was for me. See, I came from a very, very long line of very broke people.
Gotcha.
Right? I don't live that way anymore. But my point is that it took me years to come to grips with I was the problem. And the minute, Ms. Cat, I'm telling you, the minute that I owned up to the fact that I was the problem,
wow,
I was the one dude I could do something about.
Gotcha.
Right? And I fixed that thing.
I got you.
And look, and I still work on it till this second.
For sure.
And it's really because when I started, like, for example, I speak all over the country, right? I'm stunned at the number of people that I run into who don't even know how much money they should be making every month. Don't even know. If I ask the person, well, how much money should you be making? Oh, well, I make enough.
Enough for what though?
Well, compared to what?
Like, exactly.
You know? And I always ask the same question. You have the house you want? You drive the car you want? You wear the clothes you want? You eat the food you want? You take the vacations you want? You stay gone as long as you want? Well, what are you trying to hold on to?
Exactly.
What you don't want? Okay, right? That means you got to change something. So
wow. I mean, guys, for everybody that's watching or listening to this, guys, I don't even know what else to say. I'm like speechless, because this is that key element. If you were trying to figure out what you were missing, if you were trying to say, man, I got this, I'm doing this, I'm hustling hard, I'm whatever, sometimes it's you know what I'm saying? And until you're stripped of every single excuse that there is to have, sometimes you won't be able to see that until you get that reality check.
That you have to have that. You actually, all of us have to come to that place. And it was just like earlier when Miss Lisa was talking. I mean, she came to that place, and look where she is now.
For sure,
because she responded to that.
For sure,
right? She didn't say, "Well, the hurricane." Well, okay, yes, all those things were terrible.
Yes,
right. But we as entrepreneurs, as business people, we got one job, and that is to overcome all obstacles.
Adjust, adapt, and overcome.
There you go.
Like,
you
and
have to overcome everything.
For sure. So I appreciate, definitely, what you bring to the table and what you're doing. Like, kudos for that. So, for those that like, I mean, and what I like is there's no prerequisite. It's like,
No.
look, if you got a business, come see me.
If you
Like,
got a business,
like if you just left the courthouse,
man,
like,
listen,
come see me. Like, it don't get no better. Like,
I have met with people who say, look, I got this idea. It's been rolling around for a while and I don't really know what to do. Call me. I'm that guy. Right?
Wow.
Because I'm going to help you find out whether or not you got that thing straight. That's the other thing too. A lot of people have multi-talents, right? They can do a lot of things.
For sure.
Right? And what's cool about that is out of all of the things that you can do, what's the thing that you can dominate in?
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
I'm talking about dominate, where you whoop everybody.
I got you.
Right? And so, like, for example, if I was in the travel business, I would never try to compete with Miss Lisa because she's gonna beat you. Right?
Gotcha.
Right? And so you have to have some competitiveness in you.
For sure.
As old as I am now, because when I was young, I thought I was fine. And all that. But as old as I am now, now I'm a grandfather and I got grandsons and all of that. But if them dudes was in here now, I'd be trying to beat them.
I got you.
Right?
I got
because
you.
that never goes away.
It never. Yep.
And if you find yourself in a place, man, where you done balled yourself up in a corner, you start thinking you can't, or somebody's, that's the other thing too. Sometimes we have people around us who mess our heads up.
Ooh.
Right? When they come, they're well-meaning,
yeah,
but ignorant, and they come, well, Miss Cat, it's okay. You've gone through some things. Yeah. But that ain't no excuse.
Exactly.
That ain't no excuse to just sit there.
Exactly.
And so, part of my thing is that none of us really, in my view, should just sit there and get shot at.
Understood.
I find out that a lot of people's heads are so messed up. Like, how you gonna make $1 million when you ain't playing for $1 million? How you gonna do that?
But that's what I was just also saying about having that minimum wage work ethic, showing up thinking that like, what I'm saying? Like, you watching everybody else, or you watching social media and you think that you can just show up. And I'm just like, you don't think people plan and strategize? Man, we don't have mentors and coaches. Like, I mean, what y'all think?
Every champion, I don't care if it's a champion in business, in sports, in whatever, that one thing they have in common is every one of them have a coach.
Oh, you best believe it.
Everybody has a coach. You
better believe it.
Right? One of my coaches he's 89 years old. I still don't know why that man still, he got like 8 homes and all this type of stuff. I don't know why that man still wants to coach me, but I'm blessed that he does.
For sure.
That. But my point being is that you're absolutely right. And you said something earlier about survival mode. And I think a lot of people get hung up in the survival mode thing. And what I mean by that is that what I found is that people who are in survival mode cannot get rich.
Ooh.
So that's the first thing. Wow. So first, you got to do this in 2 steps.
Wow.
Right? First, you got to make enough money
to get out of
to stop the survival mode.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
Then you meet your real self for the first time. See, most people have never even met themselves.
No, I would imagine.
Because they have been in survival mode, right? And the minute you can generate enough income so that now you've solved the income problem for yourself, right? Now you can get rich because now your brain works.
Because let me tell you, look, I'm gonna just have I'm gonna have a woke confession in this mug tonight, okay? Because before I got into the tax space, I've had those times where it's like, do I put gas in my car? Do I feed my kid? Like, you making life decisions. You can't think about anything else but life.
That's right.
So I can't think about my business, scaling my business. I can't think about coaching a team. I can't think about anything else but how am I going to feed my kids or go to the next thing in life, how I'm going to make sure my lights don't get cut off or whatever.
That's right.
So what you are saying, that is real of real. How in the heck can you get rich or even focus on anything other than paying your bills or making, making it to the next day?
Yep.
If you're in survival mode.
That's exactly right. And so you have to resolve that problem.
Yes.
Right. You just really do. And like, for example, I see a lot of entrepreneurs who don't want to go get a job. Okay. If you are at that place where you need to rescue yourself, go get the job.
Wow.
Okay. The job is not a surrender. Okay. It is a means to an end, though. If you got to go get a job to stop the bleeding,
I got you.
If you find yourself in a flat spin, right, go get the job. Don't stay.
Yes.
Go get the job. Stop the spin from happening, right?
For sure.
Take care of yourself. Take care of your family, right? But you don't stop working on your vision.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
You don't stop that. That's not a surrender because you went got a job. Even if you got a job you hate.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey,
you know what? Stay in there until you can launch your thing.
I got you.
Right? Whatever your thing is. And so I have a lot of these we come to Jesus meetings with a lot of folks who are either underemployed or they're already in business, but their business is not running well enough to pay them
what they should
be making.
For sure.
And so I would just say this for anybody who might be listening, Miss Cat, and that's this, man. Hey, listen, if 30% of your net monthly income is not discretionary, you got an income problem.
I don't think they're hearing this. I don't think they're with you. I don't think they're woke. This is, again, guys, this is the wokeNbusiness podcast. Let me get a little bit closer to the mic so that way, guys, y'all better be tapped into this. I don't think that y'all heard that. Say it one more time for those in the back that may.
If 30% of your net monthly income is not discretionary, meaning you don't have nothing else to do with it. It's not for savings. It's not investing. It's not part of your living expenses. It's not you have nothing to do with that 30% of your net monthly income. If you don't have that amount of money per month, discretionary, you have an income problem and you got to fix it.
Wow. Okay. I had to let me take another sip. Let me just sip on that.
So, and that's why, even though, we help people get access to capital.
Yeah.
And that's really what makes us different than a lot of consulting firms out there, Ms. Cat, is that at Level3 Corporation, we literally take people, whatever their business goals might be, we help them get access to the capital they need. So a lot of times people are out of position because people have told them all kinds of strange things about how money and credit works.
That's another conversation for another day.
But then what we do, once we help them get access to the capital, then we help them drive that into revenue and profits.
I love it.
Right. And so, so we have to educate people about like how interest works, for example. Because business people oftentimes they'll go try to borrow money, and I'm finding out people don't even know how to borrow money. They'll come along and they'll say, "Well, what's your interest rate?" Well, the rate is irrelevant. That's not what's important. What's important is what is the cost of that money in dollars.
For sure. Like, right? How much is it going to cost you to borrow this amount?
That's right.
I got you.
And that's why I use the term. People use the term borrow money. I changed that to buy money. Right, because that's really what you're doing. Right. If you buy $100,000 from the bank on a 7-year term loan at 6%, right? 6% for most people in a business loan sound really good, but you just agreed to pay back $142,000. Okay. So in my math,
is the math
in my math, right?
Yes.
If it cost you $42,000 to buy $100,000 for your business, how much did you pay in interest?
Jesus.
That's $42,000 $1,000. That's 42% interest. I don't care whatever math you want to use. That's 42% interest. And my point being is that a lot of times people get sprinkled with the foolishness
and don't.
Okay.
Yep.
Because well, what's your interest rate? No. You need to pay close attention to the interest rate when you're doing a credit card, when you're buying a car, when you're buying a house. But when you want to finance a business, that interest rate is irrelevant. Now you need to understand what the true cost of that capital is, and that's one of the things that we teach people to do.
Guys, I think this is like episode 18. And I just want y'all to know, like, if y'all didn't catch what this man is saying, something, shame on you. Like, stop tuning into Woke Money, because obviously you're asleep. And I need you guys to wake up. Now, we don't have that much more time left. So I can't get all of the juice and the gems that I was trying to get about you. But I appreciate what you're giving us thus far. But before we go, I just want to know, you mentioned the government contracting.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that just for a brief moment?
Yeah. So a lot of people, so here's what's happening in the space. So government agencies across the country right now have goals to spend money with small minority, women, and veteran-owned businesses. Okay? Goals. Okay?
Yes.
What a lot of people don't know is that government agencies buy everything. They don't make anything. They buy everything.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just saw a bid for a contract this morning for cappuccino from a government agency.
Wow.
Government agencies buy everything that you buy at your house.
Got you.
Because they don't make anything. And my point being is that a lot of people don't get into the supply chain. Like, for example, most minorities and small businesses, they will, if they get into government contracting, that's because they're selling a service.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But they don't participate in the supply chain. That's the goods. Like, for example, wines, right? Government agencies buy wine.
Gotcha.
Some of y'all might not know, but the truth is they buy wine, and they buy a lot of wine. Okay. And so what
did you say that there might be a market for woke money wine?
It might be.
Okay, look, right? I think I need a consultation.
So what I'm getting at is that government contracting is a way that you can augment your income from the business. So I'm not suggesting that you stop doing whatever it is you're doing. Let me be clear about what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you are a contractor and let's say you're a painter, right? And you paint buildings. Why don't you sell paint? You're already buying it.
Jesus.
Why don't you go after the paint contracts? Right? And so this is what I'm saying. If you have a janitorial business, why ain't you selling janitorial supplies? You are already buying janitorial supplies.
Wow.
Right? And this is what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Mindset.
People's heads broke, Miss Cat.
For sure.
They head broken. Right?
Wow. Wow.
And so what we do is, like, for example, we've looked at all government agencies. I'm talking about federal, state, local, transit authorities, colleges, universities, port authorities, right? And say, okay, well, what do y'all buy? Right? And we boiled it down to like the top 16 categories of products that these agencies buy across the board every month.
Gotcha.
Okay? And so part of what we do is we help train people to learn how to go after those opportunities.
So let me get this straight, because again, I just want to make sure for those that are sleeping and not woke. So you're telling me that because government agencies buy everything, I can just sell anything.
Yep.
And make money.
That's right.
I just okay. So, cause look, I'm gonna call somebody out tonight, because I have somebody on my team who's not an entrepreneur, Mr. Ryan, right? And we've been trying to figure out what Ryan gonna do with himself. So I just want to make sure that I'm clear that Ryan can basically get access, through your help and guidance and coaching and mentorship.
Sure.
Get access to these lists of products, everyday products,
everyday stuff,
everyday stuff. Or maybe we make him a woke money wine ambassador, and then he'll push the wine. We'll figure that out later. But I'm just saying, everyday stuff, so you don't have to have no certain, It's just that
think about it. You don't have to have a background in whatever it is you're selling, because the agency is going to say, look, we want this and we need 1,000 of these.
And so you just get it to them.
I mean, do you have to be a light bulb expert to sell light bulbs?
I sure don't, sir.
So my point being is that this is what the supply chain is about. And here's the problem. There are, just in Texas is only one state. Okay. Just one state. Okay. There is 16,000 certified, people already certified minority firms in Texas. 16,000. 78% of them failed to win one contract.
Oh, Lord.
78%. Think about what I just said.
Jesus Christ.
You gone to the trouble to set up your business. You gone to the trouble to get certified.
And you don't even,
and now you don't
even participate.
And now you don't even know how to win.
Wow.
And that's what we do. We train people to learn how to win.
Well, I don't want K Nice to kick us out of here, because we can't go. Look, we can't go. Look,
we better stop.
But look, guys, look. So I'm trying to negotiate to get Irv to come to this Woke Money conference, because I think we all want to reach out and touch and try to figure out how we can grow our business and participate in government contract. I mean, if you ain't into none of this stuff, like, shame on you. Something must be wrong with you, seriously. So we're gonna work it out, because I need you at the conference June 8th, NRG. I'll need you there. But in the meantime, in between time, for those that are listening, tuning in, they want to connect with you. Maybe even, do you consult? Like, do you have a free consult? Or how does that part work?
Talking is free. Call me.
Call him. He said, "Yo, did y'all hear that? Look,
call me. No, talking is free. You can call me. Reach out. Get on my list. One of the things you can do, what a lot of people do, is they go to our website and they download our training syllabus, where we literally tell you, here's how we're going to train you. Here's what you will learn. That's for free. Out there. So whether you're a startup or whether you've been in business 20 years, you might be new to government.
Gotcha.
Right? Or maybe you already in government, but you ain't winning 70% of your bids. 70.
I got you. He said, bids. Come see me. Come see me.
You need to talk
so
to
how do we come talk to you? How do we come see you?
Yeah. So website is www.level, LEVEL, 3, the number 3.
Okay.
BC. For business consulting, level3bc.com.
Okay.
If you want to reach me, then you put /Irv Hughes.
Okay.
All right.
Got you.
But you can get all the information right from our website. Or if you do want to call me, but just remember, if you call me, you got to get in line. All right. My phone number, this is my direct phone, is 832-777-3766.
One more time,
832-777-3766.
Well, guys, Lord, I know that I've been blessed, just from having you here and just everything that you have shared. I appreciate your time coming on, giving us this wealth of information. We're definitely going to stay connected. I think that we got much work to do, because it's just time to shake things up in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on to the wokeNbusiness podcast. Everybody who is watching, make sure that you stay connected with us. wokemoney.org is our website. Every single Monday from 8:30 to 9:30, we are here on GMT Radio, rebroadcasted with Flume TV. Shout out to K Nice, shout out to Carl, shout out to my guy Ryan. But you can catch us here every single week, every Monday. But until next time, y'all be blessed, and thank you for tuning in. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Cat, and I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in to the wokeNbusiness podcast yesterday. Shout out to GMT Radio, Flume TV, the whole team. It definitely was a vibe. And everyone keeps asking me, Cat, how do I get my spot on the wokeNbusiness podcast? Well, the answer is very simple. All you have to do is become a vendor for the Woke Money Conference. If you didn't know, the Woke Money Movement is hosting a major conference on June 8th at the NRG Center, and we are looking for vendors. Come show off your business and brand to our thousands of attendees And another one of our perks is a spotlight on the wokeNbusiness podcast. So go ahead and hit me up now. Let's get your spot secured so that way you can not only be seen at the conference, but heard on our wokeNbusiness segment.